Hello, buddy. Welcome. Let's go ahead and we'll get started here. So I was running a couple of minutes late today, earlier than the last couple of days, but I was going to work on an Ash guide, and I was trying to remember what the items changes were that they proposed back in December, and then I figured out whenever I just went on YouTube, I figured out that there were a bunch of other content creators talking about new item changes, and so apparently yesterday they dropped some information about where they're wanting to go with the crit itemization changes, and so I just did a video about that. It was about a 40-minute long video where I just kind of go through here. I did a bunch of math, so be sure to watch that. I'll release that after the stream. I still have to upload it. The TLDR of that, though, is that it's bad. Like, it's probably neutral, I would say. It's bad because it's not really going to do anything, the current version of it. Now, that doesn't mean that that's how they're going to release it. You got to remember that patch, they're probably going to do it on patch 9.3, maybe 9.4. But just, mathematically, it's not good. I think, let me look at, I may have done the, no, I did it correctly. I'm pretty sure. There was 225% damage instead of 200% damage, yeah. So basically, pretty much what it comes down to is Phantom Dancer is awful. They removed both of its really good passives. They took off 15% attack speed, took off 5% critical strike to give it a little dinky shield that has like some defensive value, but and they increased the price of it. But overall, that's terrible. Rapid Fire Cannon is basically the same thing. It's just losing 5% crit, so it just loses, 200 gold value for no reason. Without any compensation. I think they should bring the prices down on these items to like 2,700, maybe even 2,600, and that would make it a lot more appealing. But they're just like taking away 5% crit on these just to make them even numbers. I said they should have done that back in the day, about 6 months ago. I said they should take 5% crit off of these, and then that way the Infinity Edge would have a nice clean 50% crit whenever you get the first item plus Infinity Edge. Then it would give you a nice 100% crit whenever you got the third crit item. Would have been nice, easy, clean. 25, 50, 100. Well, they finally decided to do that, 6 months later, but the catch is they aren't reducing the price. I said they should have reduced the price to 2,600 to compensate for taking away 200 gold value by removing the 5 crit. Decided not to do that. They should make it at least 100 gold. So they're taking away 200 gold in stats, but they are reducing the cost by 100. So it's at least kind of not losing as much efficiency. But they aren't doing that. Static Shiv is getting an extra 5% attack speed, which is nice, but everything else about it's the same. It also loses the 5 crit. Hurricane loses 5 crit, everything else is the same. Essence Reaver is basically going back to the old school Essence Reaver beforehand. I believe it's gaining 5 crit and losing 10 attack damage though. It used to be 70 attack damage and 20 crit. So it's losing a little bit of value there. I worked the math out in there, but it's pretty much very similar to how old Essence Reaver was. It's better if it's your first item, but it's slightly worse if it's your second item in terms of overall efficiency, but it's pretty much the same thing. Very similar. You do end up losing about 10% cooldown reduction if it's your second item, which can be significant on certain champs, but you are still getting that extra crit in exchange for losing the AD. Nah, dude, you pick your thing. I need to be able to counterpick. It's fine. Spear of Sojin is the current Essence Reaver, which basically nobody uses, with the exception of, I think Jax is maybe starting to use it a little bit. Renekton sometimes uses it. They're just taking out the mana, basically, and not giving any compensation whatsoever. IE is back to old IE, but it does, I think it's 5 more damage than the old IE did. I can't remember, I talked about it in the video, but it only does 225% damage instead of 250%, which is what the old one used to do. So it's only marginally better mathematically right now And that's only against targets that have like 50 armor, so like targets with literally no armor, other than just their base armor and runes. It starts to get worse at like if someone has like 95 armor, I think was the break point. 90 or 95 armor. But you're losing a lot of efficiency here in how this works as well. I think maybe you're losing attack damage off it. I don't remember. I did it all in the video. But you do end up losing some efficiency there instead, so 25% crit damage. So yeah, it's not going to be nearly as good. Are they switching? Sure, I will AD. Okay, so this person's ADing. Mid pref. Wait, he's going Gnosis mid?
Let's dance.
Is he really going Gnosis mid? If it's Gnosis mid, I'm probably dodging. Okay, yeah, I'm dodging. It's a waste of time. It's basically just going to give Cassin a free lane. I really don't like Kaisa into Vayne either these days. So we'll just dodge and hang out for a second. Yeah, I'm not going to be chilling while that dude trolls around. That means he's probably going to go like AP Gnosis or something in the middle. Who was doing that? It's this guy with like, yeah, he's like Diamond 4-0 OP. It's getting reset next week, so he's just like, whatever, I'm just going to troll. Pretty much. I think it was that guy. Maybe it was this guy. I don't remember. Whatever. It looked bad. I'm going to use a 3-point dodge on that. And we'll just hang out for a couple of minutes. I don't think they're necessarily making 80s weaker. I just don't think it's going to matter. Like, I think that Ezreal, Lucian, and Vayne are all, like, pretty reasonable right now. But none of them use crit items. What's up, Hungry Berry? Hey, what's up, Mutant Mills? Yeah, we can still meet up and talk sometime. I've just been like super busy over the last week trying to get my classes together, and we've had a ton of people like commission guides. So I just did like an Ivern guide, and then I'm going to do an Ashe guide. I was going to do it tonight, but I saw these 80 carry changes and figured I had to do a guide about that first and research it just so I would know like what I could recommend for Ashe. And then I just got a guide request for Jungle Twitch, Jungle Kane, and top lane Mordekaiser. So I'm going to be trying to work through those. And I got a request to start like a high elf, a donation to start a high elf campaign. So a lot of stuff going on. And then my students, I need to get some more. I'm still trying to hunt down a few of like some supplemental readings and some like short videos about like Derrida or Foucault that I can give them to make them a little more understandable. But we need to talk about those critically in terms of history. And this one girl was kind of browbeating me at the end of last class, like, are all the readings up yet? Are all of the like videos up yet? I said, all the readings from the textbook are there. I just might add in an extra essay or two in like a couple of classes down the line. And she's like, well, it'd be nice if we could have some notice for that. And I'm like, you're going to have notice. But I got this class like literally last week. I couldn't even order books. I had to go with the standard book they gave me, and I couldn't even order any supplemental texts because the department, like, I didn't think I was going to have any classes this semester until last week. It's like, come on, man. And I work a second job so that I can afford to do my first job. Like, I have to work the channel which is like an 8-hour-a-day responsibility most of the time. In addition, just so that I can afford to teach at the university that doesn't pay me anything, hardly. And then, because we don't make a lot, I take care of my daughter 3 days a week. So we save some money on daycare. That's an additional, like, 6 hours at least during the day. And you can't do anything when she's around. Like, she always, demands your full attention, as most toddlers do. So, anyways. Yeah, I didn't tell that girl all of that, but I'm like, can you just give me a break for a second, man? I'm just trying to hunt down a couple of extra readings while I'm doing my 80 hours a week of jobs, which combine, pay a lot less than most people's normal job. Hey, thanks, Asuri. I love all of it. I love all of the jobs, but I'm like, it is a lot of time management. But anyways, I do need to finalize those readings that I'm going to give them. It's not going to be anything huge. It's like literally like just watch this 10-minute YouTube video and write about it for 15 or something, like every now and then, something like that. I should just assign them, like, I should just have them go do, like, just give them, like, Derrida's on grammatology and say, hey, this is because of Jenny. That's not her name, but I'll be like, Jenny wanted us to have the finalized readings. All of you order this on Amazon. I want it all read by next week. Thank Jenny for it. Just, like, call her out. Say, okay, I'm not going to find anything accessible. I'm just going to give you this hard-as-hell book that's really inappropriate for freshmen. I'm going to assign it, and everyone's going to have to, like, understand it fully. like it takes time because this stuff is really hard to understand, and I'm trying to find you, like, accessible, like, pretty easy to understand stuff out of it and not assign you the whole book because I'm not a monster. It's, like, difficult for a lot of graduate students to understand Derrida, but we need him. Like, we need to understand deconstruction for how we're talking about history in this class. I just want it to be, like, approachable. But it's hard to find that. There's not a lot of approachable stuff out there, but I think I've just about got some. Derrida is hard as hell, and Foucault's not as hard, but you really need to understand both of those if you're going to be talking about history, like, in a substantive way, like we're going to be doing. But Derrida is no joke. Like, dude is for real. I think I haven't even read, like, most of his books all the way through. We just got excerpts in my, like, graduate classes. That was hard enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is his magnus opus. This is his masterpiece. It's also written in French, so you have to get a translation of it. I should tell him to read it in the original French. They'd love it. Basically, like, what that boils down to, and we'll obviously start talking about League here in a second. We're just waiting on a dodge timer, and I just explained all of the AD carry item changes. It's pretty much like, and we started thinking about this yesterday, it's just like, history is not just a neutral collection of dead facts. Like, it's a story that's created by a specific group of people for a specific audience. And there's nothing necessarily bad or evil about that, but you have to understand that it is a creation. It's not neutral. You have to choose what you're going to include in your high school history book and what you're not going to include in your high school history book. You can't talk about everything. We can't access everything. All we can access are the records of the past, you know, that were preserved for specific reasons. Like, there's a reason there's really good histories about most of the kings and like large rulers at the time and like really wealthy people, and there's virtually no history about most of the poor people unless they became very famous for some reason. That's just how it goes. I think Nami with Vane's probably the best. Rakan with Vane feels pretty bad. We'll just do Nami. And so that's not necessarily like everybody's evil. It's like you can only write down a certain amount of things. It makes sense. You would write down stuff for people that can pay for it, right? The rich people and the famous people. But there's also, according to like Foucault and to an extent Derrida, like there are institutions that push certain agendas as well, and they have a say in shaping what we think about history and what we think about culture in general in ways that we don't even consider, such as their influence on schools and things like that. That's not super controversial today. I think a lot of people understand that, but back then it was pretty controversial, and he puts it in a very eloquent way with lots of great examples and things like that. So really helpful for thinking about history. And then Derrida was talking about how we need to try to deconstruct that and figure out what's the root of how we understand what we understand. How do we get through all of these narratives that have been constructed by different societies over time and things like that. So it can get real heady real quick, and like you can definitely go down some rabbit holes, you know, when you're reading Foucault and Derrida. So I'm trying to introduce students to those concepts without like completely blowing them out of the water. And so it takes time to find stuff that like gets the point across well without being too hardcore. Has SFO updated for Vampire Coast? Yes, they have, Cody. Just go to their site. It'll be like SFO update, or it'll say Festog update. The Festog update fixes the Vampire Coves thing. Well, I didn't do my research on this one. We have a pretty good comp. Hopefully people just don't fail. It's going to be really hard in the bot lane, but what's new? That's exactly right, Mutant Mills, and that's why it's important for them to challenge it. So their first unit, they're actually picking a controversial figure historically and trying to stand up for that figure, pretty much. Trying to say how they were misrepresented and how we should think about them today. And they're going to go through some of the like letters and speeches and things this historical figure gave back in the day. Because one of the goals of our English program, the first unit has to be, they have to learn how to do archival research and using primary sources. So they have to use letters and speeches and things like that. And so I tried to make it really creative, where it's like they're taking on the role of this person back in that day, back in that time, and they're writing like a 3-page letter to basically their haters and explaining who they are and what they represent, and why people should cut them a break, pretty much. And then they're going to do a 5-page essay about that letter that explains why they think that would actually convince the people back in the day about that controversy, whatever it is. And then they'll, you know, need to explain kind of the history of the time and look up some of the stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool. You're basically writing a letter from a controversial figure, writing a letter to the haters, trying to clear the air, and then you're explaining why you think it would actually work. So I think it's a pretty cool assignment for what most classes typically assign as a really dull, like 5-page dry research paper that uses archival research. So I think it sounds cool. Hopefully they'll like it. What are the names of those books? So Jack Derrida's book is On Grammatology. I haven't figured out, he has several books, but I think that's his big one, where he really goes into deconstruction. Foucault's book, he has several that kind of cover the same topic. I'm not sure which one, or like a similar theme about institutions and how they construct knowledge. He's got one on the history of sexuality, which is pretty popular. Oh, there was one about psychiatric institutions that might be pretty cool. I know there's one girl that's taken my class again that was really interested in institutions and psychology. So I might go with that one. I think it's called Madness and Civilization. In fact, I know that's what it's called by Foucault. Foucault's done several books. Probably I might do like some excerpt from Madness and Civilization. Oh, twos. You don't even know, man. That's not even much. Like most students in my class last semester, for essay 2, I assigned them a 7-page essay. Most of them turned in like 11 or 12 pages for it. Now my essays are a little bigger than some of the other classes of a similar rank, but I try to make them cool and interesting and let people write about topics they're interested in. Okay, my bad. I'll change that afterwards, Ethan. This is ranked. Yeah, I manually have to change that every game. It's not automated or anything, so I just forgot to do it. It's pretty cool, Mutant. You'd probably like my class. I had like, I don't remember, like 12 students asked to take my class again who had me last semester. Like, please let me back in. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to have classes, guys. I can't do it. And then it's like last week, at the last minute, they're like, well, we do have some classes for you. Can you be ready in 2 days? Hey, what's up, Matt? Thanks, buddy. So yeah, if you're looking up those authors, yeah, Of Grammatology is from Derrida, and then Madness and Civilization or History of Sexuality. Archaeology of Knowledge from Foucault is interesting too, but it's a little more abstract, I think. Foucault is kind of like the Bible of like modern day English grad schools, at least a lot of them. A lot of stuff that we take for granted today, like questioning institutions and their like what they're trying to teach us and that kind of thing, it was all like Foucault back in the day. Now pretty much everybody does that on all sides of the political spectrum. But yeah, like Fight the Man or whatever, like that was basically Foucault who popularized that in modern times. Fight the Man has always been a thing, obviously, throughout most of civilization. It's just like he gave it a very eloquent sort of philosophy for modern times. Yeah, it's very chill. Last time I blew their minds at the end of last class, like just getting ready for this unit I was kind of describing there. I was trying to teach them. We're just basically farming off, not trying to die here, so there's not too much commentary. We can't ever really fight them unless they screw up hard here early. So there's not a ton to comment on here at the beginning. But basically, hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it, Ethan. Basically, I try to dismantle facts. We talk about logos and persuasion a lot, which is like logic, but logic is not really facts. It has to connect with something people actually care about. People don't really care about raw facts if there's not a reason to care about it. Like there are millions and millions of facts every day, like insects marching around, like cloud formations, all of this stuff. Nobody cares about most of that most of the time. You have to have a reason to care about those facts. So I dismantled trying to that facts are important sometimes, but they're not as often as important as people think they are in terms of how much persuasive power they have. We might have some action here. No. And so I had them write I told them to write the biography of themselves. I said, tell me all about you in your daily writing. I want you to aim for 100% accuracy. Just give me all the facts and your interpretations of those facts. Go. You've got 10 minutes. And then a lot of them are just like they didn't know what to do. And one girl was like, well, how do we do that? Where do we start? I'm like, it's facts. Just go. Just do it. It should be easy. And then they do it, and it's like mission impossible. They might be on Dragon right now. We can't really do anything about it. they either backed at a really weird time or they're doing dragon.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Oh, it's Renekton jungle. I just noticed that. So anyways, after they do that, then I tell them that is an absolutely terrible... Oh my god, we had to push this in. Oh my god, it's so bad. They can freeze. I guess I should have just backed, but we should have pushed that much harder. That is awful. They're going to freeze like right here unless they're complete fools. I guess they're complete fools because they're pushing instead of freezing. But I tell them they're 86,400 seconds in a day. I said they're like 31.5 million seconds in a year. I said, how many of those do you actually remember? Think about it, like seconds you actually remember. It's virtually nothing, right? Like we forget 99% of the facts of our lives in terms of like literal facts. Like every second the information that comes our way, we don't remember that. So then how do we have an identity? How do we create meaning in our lives? Why do we care about stuff if we don't even know most of what we're like dealing with? And the reason is stories. We create a story about ourselves and things that matter to us. And that creates meaning for us, and that's fine, but it's not facts. It's our interpretations and our priority of the information, not the information itself. Oh, nice stun, nice stun. Okay, good, good, good. Can we do dragon? Okay, I'll let her have that. I'm just gonna come over here. So yeah, and they're just like, you know, their mind just blows up when they do that, and they're like, oh my god. And then I tell them, I'm like, in fact, if you really want to go deep in the hole on this, let's see, what I need boots for sure. I think I'm just gonna do it this way. If you really want to go deep in the hole with this, think about atoms, right? They're mostly empty space. It's like a couple of protons and neutrons and all that stuff are kind of bundled together. Like you have like a swirl of electrons, and then the vast majority of it's empty space. So if you look at something that's solid, that's actually like 99% empty space, right? And you never actually touch anything. It's just your electrons repelling against their electrons. And so, like, reality is not at all what we think it is. Our mind just puts all of this together so that we don't go crazy, so we can make sense of everything. But it's not factual with like what we think of as sort of modern day physics. Like our perception is very, very different from how reality actually works. And so once again, it's a narrative that we create. Our consciousness is a story that we create about ourselves and the world around us. It's not really like super fact-based in like the strict sense of the term. And so that's why narratives are just so important to create, because a lot of people think, oh, narrative, it's just an English story, it's just a fiction, who cares? I care about non-fiction. I care about the facts. It's like, no, you don't. You don't even know what they are. So yeah, and learning how to interpret those stories, cultivate your own free will so you're not just at the whim of the institutions that are creating all of their stories, really important. One reason why English is really important to learn, which is something that encourages critical investigation of such types of questions. So anyways, I have a lot of fun teaching it. I think a lot of students have a lot of fun with it once they become comfortable with that. Once they become comfortable with their ignorance. I can't get it. We're gonna lose that cannon. Yeah. So we're still getting murdered in CS, but whatever. Every other lane's winning. That's the standard. It's pretty much how it works in solo queue right now. It's like, all right, we're bot lane. My AD carry gets murdered. And hopefully either mid or top lane, one of them wins, and then I just play around them. I mean, I'm not new to come up with that stuff. That's really common, you know, in most philosophy. You know, people have been asking those types of questions for thousands of years. But, you know, just the way that I try to explain it and create activities to make it accessible for people that aren't used to thinking about those ideas, rather than just assigning them of grammatology or something like that, I think is what the trick is. Yeah, the 1% you remember is important because, like, you've created reasons why it's important. Yeah, that's what gives our lives value. We don't really need to remember the 99%, you know, mundane stuff. Absolutely, I agree with that. I think it's a positive message. I think that you get to craft, you know, your own story, that you have free will, that it's not just determined by the facts, your story. So I think it's an uplifting message, although it can be kind of nihilistic. You can take it as, you know, life has no meaning type of thing because we don't know facts. I'm like, I just think people overvalue facts. Not to say that, you know, once again, some things like have a very strong correlation with reality, and, you know, we need to understand that. It's just not as much as we think it does. I bask in my ignorance. Yeah, well, that's good. I think it was, pretty sure it was Socrates who was once quoted, and we don't know the history of that exactly, but I believe he was once quoted as saying something along the lines of, the smartest people know that they know nothing. Or very little. I might just rotate up here.
An enemy has been slain.
Because I'm not doing anything with Vayne other than sitting there watching her, like, watching us get bulldozed. Yeah, you don't want to go for that, that's fine. Can I get priority, Sam? Okay. Well, if you're a nihilist, then it just doesn't matter what anybody says then. I think nihilism in itself can be somewhat liberating. People think that it's... I'm not a nihilist, but I don't know why it would necessarily have to be a bad thing to not believe that stuff has meaning. Just kind of embrace the absurdity of all of it. Let's go full Camus. Albert Camus, we might say in the South. The Stranger, great book. Never read it. Or who was that wrote Waiting for Godot? Beckett, Samuel Beckett. Embracing the absurdity. Oh, we both missed. That's not good. Because he knows nothing. That's right. Jon Snow is a genius. Irelia, perfectly balanced. Dives into like 4 people. She is really fed, to be fair, but I love teaching, man. That's why I basically do it for free, almost. Waiting for Gal Gadot is the title. That's pretty good. I like that. She is an attractive woman. Might be waiting for a while. I'm sure she has a line of suitors. Ace Attorney. Favorite TV show? I don't watch a ton of TV. I'd probably say like first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones. The last few seasons are okay. They're not as good as the first few. Breaking Bad. Pretty standard, like fairly modern shows. As far as comedies, I don't know. Like that's kind of like the drama side of it. I really like Seinfeld a lot in terms of comedies. Frasier, Seinfeld. Have Flash still? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this game 1. Yeah.
I will see my home again.
So you get paid to teach these, huh? By their powers combined, League and University teaching can almost give me an entry-level job. For most college grads that are 13 years younger than me. Yeah, that clown, or the Queddle did sound funny.
My people are capturing me. An enemy has been slain.
It's too real for me. Like a Captain Planet reference there too. He's just dead. I probably shouldn't have even thrown that out there. That could give away that we're doing this. Kled is kind of semi-feeding, but we can like win off of Irelia. Hey, what's up, Jose?
Swim against the current.
We're kind of stalling out here. We need to like keep this momentum going while Irelia is really fed before Draven comes online.
Time to find my own.
Jesus. One shot? I guess he is really fed. Damn it. He's gotten a lot of kills to get back in the game. Because Irelia just dumpstered him in lane. I guess he was against Kled. No, I didn't think there'd be that many people there. I need more wards. Like 100%. I need 4 wards.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I want to complete How the hell does that idiot still have flash after all that? Well, I guess he traded. Oh, Renekton's jungle. I forgot about that. I thought it was top lane. He had flash after all of that stuff earlier. Yeah, he got knocked into me. How did he even get knocked into me? I don't even know. I thought he got knocked into me before and just like immediately killed me. But I don't see anything on our team that displaces because Vayne wasn't there, I don't think. I don't even know. So confused. Alright. Maybe I just walked into him. Yeah, maybe he got stunned and then I got scared from like a brand Wing me and then I just like walked into him like a fool. Oh, come on, dude. Like... Damn it, almost healed him. Nice, there we go. Can we... We don't have time to Dragon. Or Baron, rather. We can't get there fast enough. I think we just try to get towers.
Has destroyed a turret.
I need to go buy anyway, so I'm just going to drop some wards and I'm not going to clear that. Hey, what's up, Jose? It is the first game. No. Yes. Yeah, I dodged the first one. This is the first one that I've played through. Just end the game. We don't have a wave for it right now, but yeah, we're not gonna have time to do it. But we can get an inhibitor here. Maybe two. I think we get two. So again, I'm just going to drop some wards there just because I'm going to go back and we're going to refill anyways. Got clapped in the streamer tournament. Yeah.
Swim against the current.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't want to get rid of both of those. Okay, whatever. That's fine. I thought he was gonna get it for a second. Oh, he being sneaky, huh? Oh. I think I would have to be a streamer on Twitch. I don't even know how you qualified for whatever that thing was. You might have to be a certain elo. Was that the thing that you Jelly was in? Was that the thing that that girl streamer was in? They promoted you Jelly, where like they put like high elo people with like kind of lower elo people, or is that a different tournament? I mean, it was called Twitch Rivals, so the fact that I'm not even like an affiliate on Twitch probably means I would not qualify. Maybe it was like you only had to be part of Riot's program. I don't even know how you qualified for that. It said 80 content creators. So I don't know if it was like based on your rank, based on your status on Twitch, how many followers you have, or your status as an affiliate or a partner. Yeah, but how did you qualify? Awesome, Joseph. Nice. Congrats, buddy. Yeah, I think I remember you Jelly was a low gold streamer. I think Pansar Dragon doesn't use Twitch anymore, from what I remember. He said he was switching over to like Facebook or something. I didn't think that Nasty was a partner though. I thought he was just an affiliate. Because I thought he said one of his goals for the year was to become a Twitch partner. Right? I'm just trying to think if I could have been in that or not. Because I'm going to be kind of like mad at myself if I didn't. Because I would definitely qualify to be a Riot partner if I would have signed up for it like 3 months ago. So I didn't know if it was a Riot partnership thing or what. I don't know how to search. I don't really know how to use a lot of the things on Discord. But I'm pretty sure he said one of his goals... Oh, he's versus I'm a Cutie Pie's team, though, right? I mean, those are like former pro players. Oh, I didn't see who. Oh, Albright. Oh, you said Nazi. No, 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 no. The Stranger is about a French guy that basically deals, like, the start of the story is when his mom dies. Then he basically ends up kind of going on trial of public opinion because he wasn't sad at his mom's death, and everyone thinks he's a terrible person because of it. And just like, it's really, really apropos. It's really relevant for today. But it's like an existential novel about what it means to exist, or not really what it means to exist, but like how society judges you and how people should be able to operate and things like that. And there's a plot to it. He gets involved in some other stuff too. But it's a pretty good book, I think. It'll definitely, if you're not ready for it, it can definitely throw you off guard a little bit. It's real easy to read. It's a translation. It was written in French, but a lot of the cool stuff and like, you know, like super intellectual stuff in the 50s, 60s, and 70s was written in French. Well, I could look into Facebook. I don't know what kind of money they pay for that, but I know they have to pay like some kind of fee because there's no way those people would go off of Twitch because they don't have a sub system, I don't think, on Facebook. Or if they do, it's very like nascent. Like I don't know. I don't know a lot about it, honestly. I just don't think there are a lot of viewers on that platform, but I could be wrong. No, he was just asking about the historical Nazis, if that book like had like actual literal historical Nazis in that novel. And no. So I mean, it didn't break any sort of like, it didn't violate any of the channel's protocol. It just said Nazi, and you know, we just don't have tolerance for people that are coming in like, you know, obviously supporting Nazis and things like that. But he was just asking about the historical figures. So I think that's fine. One book. I don't know if you would like the stuff that I would like. But I don't know. And let me use the bathroom real quick and feed the cat so she chills. And then I'll be right back in a second. All right. No, I'm not partnered with the Riot program right now. People keep asking me to. They're like, they're not accepting any further applications right now. I look every day. Other questions. Okay, so for Lev, which books? My favorite book is probably In Search of Lost Time. It's a French translation. Super long book. It's like a series, basically. It's all one book, but it's chopped up into different parts. I think it's like 7 parts, and it ends up being like 3,500 pages. So it'd be something you'd probably read over a long period of time. It's basically a Bildungsroman about this guy growing up and just his insights into the world. This French guy from the... it's set in like 1920. It's really cool. It's really insightful. It's just like reading just like wisdom literature on life. I don't know. It's amazing. You have to try it out. The first book is called Swan Song. Let's see. I think I've got it on the shelf there. Something. Yeah, here we go. Or Swan's Way. By Marcel Proust is good. The Stranger is kind of a short read that I just mentioned before, which can be pretty good. It can be pretty eye-opening. Can be kind of depressing. It just depends on your view on it. It's really short. It's only like 150 pages, but I think it's pretty good insight into sort of mid-century existentialism. Marcel Proust. It kills me having to put these things in quotes because the chat doesn't have italics. It should be in italics, not quotes, but anyways. Or just a good old Victorian novel with a great story. I think it's one of the greatest Victorian novels was Daniel Deronda by George Eliot. If you want to read some funny stuff, I think Oscar Wilde's really good. Like The Importance of Being Earnest is a pretty good play. That one's really funny. Trying to think of something else that's funny. It's kind of like a good historical one. Oh, what was that 18th century kind of picaresque play? There's a lot of them. Beggar's Opera. That one's pretty hilarious. Like, the whole premise of that is that, like, a proper woman should never get married. Kind of thing, that like you're an idiot if you ever get married, which was very controversial back in the 18th century because you know, back then women couldn't own property in England, and like, you know, you couldn't get a job unless you were maybe a governess or something like that. So it was really controversial at the time. But it's really funny. It's a pretty funny plot. It's pretty easy to understand. You can also watch those on YouTube if you don't have time to watch them. I'm sure there are like free versions of it from like BBC or something. But those are both really funny if you're looking for something kind of lighthearted. So Marcel Proust is the heavy one that might take you a very long time to read, but is very rewarding. Camus is the shorter one that's a little on the heavier side, potentially, but I think is really insightful. That's kind of like an entrance into existentialism. No Exit by Sartre is also pretty good. That That's kind of an absurdist, sort of funny play from like the 1950s, which is kind of existential, but a little more like a little less gravitas to it. It's like the theme of that is that basically hell is other people. That would be a really good theme for solo queue most of the time, because like these three people, like the premise is these three people like do these kind of bad things on Earth, and then they end up in this room, locked in this room with each other, just sitting there chatting. And they're just like, wait, I thought we were supposed to go to hell. Where's the hellfire and brimstone? And then it eventually comes out. It's like, no, this is it. You just have to sit in this room for all eternity with each other. So all of those are pretty cool. The plays are shorter. You know, Daniel Duranda is pretty good size, and Marcel Proust is massive. But I think all of those are good for different reasons. Anna Karenina is also pretty good. War and Peace is probably... I haven't read War and Peace, but Anna Karenina is great, so I assume War and Peace is pretty good. Anything by Tolstoy is going to be good. Oh, I'm mid lane, huh? Please don't ban Cassiopeia, or this is going to be real bad real quick. Who do I not want to play against mid lane? Probably like Zoe or something, but I think I'll just ban Lucian anyway.
You don't have the heart for this.
It's one of the few 80 carries that can actually carry. Anyways, okay, what were some of the other questions? I'll see if I can sign up soon. Why don't I stream on Twitch? It's a lot easier to grow an audience on YouTube than it is on Twitch. If you're like, you know, if all you do is Twitch and you're the like 3,000th person trying to stream League of Legends, you know, and you've got like 1 or 2 viewers, just no one's ever gonna find you hardly. Like, you have to have a presence on YouTube, or like have a massive Twitter following, or just something else going on, because Twitch is just like, it's impossible to find you unless you get like hosted by other people, like you network really well. It's really hard.
There is no antidote for me.
So that's why. And when I signed up and the thing is, it doesn't let you... Morg Middle's really bad right now. Twitch doesn't let you dual stream on Twitch and on YouTube. You have to choose. So I just built my original audience on YouTube, and so I've stuck with them. Although, yeah, I know, I had a lisp there. I probably should not have phrased it that way. That's a kind of a tongue twister. Am I against Akali or something else? Are these people good at this? I kind of need to practice Morg against like good people, or people that are close to my skill level, I should say. It'd be a better way to say that. Okay, so I'm against Akali. She's probably going to take Ignite. I could just take Barrier. I could take... I think I'll just take Barrier here. Magic Defense. Okay, that's fine. It'll be some good practice. But yeah, and I liked YouTube originally. I've been a little iffy about YouTube lately. I feel like they changed their algorithm and it's kind of screwed me over since June. I mean, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Back last year, I used to have really steady growth on this channel. And I was Platinum, you know, Platinum 3 through Platinum 1 most of the time for years. I barely touched Diamond at the very end of the season in Season 6. And so I don't think it was the fact that I was Platinum halfway through last year that this happened. But pretty much, it just like, my numbers and viewership just fell off a cliff relative to what they were in June. I mean, we're talking like half. Like, I was getting half as many views, half as many subs. Probably even less than half the subs in terms of growth. I wasn't like actively losing people, but my growth slowed way the hell down. Way down. I mean, we used to, during a normal night streaming, we used to regularly pull in like between 180 and 220 concurrent viewers. And, you know, views on my tier list used to get to like 4,000. Overall channel views every day used to be somewhere between like 7,000 and 8,000. And then at this time, it dropped down to like 3,500 channel views. Concurrent viewers dropped down to about 100, 130 to 100. At the time, subscribers, I used to get about 1,000 a month for a while there. That dropped down to like 400 or something pretty quickly. And now there were a couple of things that could have contributed to this. You know, people weren't very happy with League in June. That was when the 80 carry patch happened. When they gutted the 80 carry, Fortnite was very popular. You know, there were other mitigating factors. But at the same time, other channels have still grown. Like, League of Legends didn't really lose that much as a whole. Certainly half of the viewership didn't fall off.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Like, Nasty went from, I think at the time, like, near the beginning of last year, he was probably around, like, 8,000 viewers when we duoed in the summer, and now he's at, like, 28,000. So there's obviously, like, still possibilities for growth. Now, it could be other things I've done on the channel. Like, I haven't done as many guides as I used to do, champion guides. I'm trying to do that more. I'm going to be doing more guides. But I was still streaming about as much. I was still doing tier lists, releasing other content. So, it's very bizarre. And one of the major things I could think of is, like, YouTube changed their algorithm, I'm pretty sure. So, like, I feel like a lot of my videos just, people can't find them in the search as much. Particularly my one-trick video, my original one-trick video that got to, like, 180,000 views or something. And it was getting a lot of views every day. You know, it was getting, like, at least 1,000 a day for a while there. And, then I think they just quit marketing it after a while. And then some of my other videos, they stopped marketing. I think the bells started to matter more. I think, maybe doing things like having end tags and stuff like that maybe started to matter a little bit more. There were several things that I think mattered. I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's something like that. That basically means maybe I need to give Twitch a shot. If YouTube's not going to market me anymore, you know, I'll still make stuff on YouTube, obviously, but just like maybe try the streams out on Twitch, since I already have kind of a decent following. I know that, but that's the thing, Jesus, though, is like my my MO didn't change. I didn't switch from being like an entertainer to being an educator. Like, it's always been the same thing.
Grace.
I should have taken E second. Just talking too much. So that's the thing, is it's like, I think I've basically kept creating the same kinds of content. I mean, I know I'm never going to be like a 100,000 sub YouTube person. That's just not the kind of content I create. But it's just like, I feel like my content was basically the same thing. My rank was basically the same for the most part. Like I said, my guides, I didn't do quite as many guides. But most of my guides don't get that many views, you know? Like, maybe a few thousand, maybe, for like the really popular ones. But I think it was an algorithm thing, and not happy about YouTube changing that. Okay. Anyways, I probably need to focus up a bit more here since I don't play mid that often.
I like to leave a lasting
Damn, I missed that one. I am up a little bit of CS, but it is pushing towards her. I think Lee might be here on the left side.
Careful.
just need to put her in the tower. I think Lee might come over to gank me from the left. See, I'm gonna go ahead and buy.
Like what you see.
Since I've got a cannon wave there. I just want a tier. I know a lot of people aren't going tier these days. I just like tier a lot more. It's better, I think, if you're not like an expert Cassiopeia player. And it's very good for like taking Barons and Dragons too, which I like to do a lot. Help take Dragons. Just gives you a lot more mana. Having that shield is really nice too against an assassin like Akali. Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not talking about that, Jesus. Of course there's stuff I could do that, you know, if it wasn't me or if I was a different channel. I'm just talking about like just raw, like the channel has been the same, but the viewership dropped dramatically. Thus, I think a lot of it has to do with how YouTube is prioritizing their stuff. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, of course, if I was, you know, did different stuff or looked different, I could get more views, of course. That's not really, like, the issue, I don't think. I think she might be roaming top. Dude,
An ally has been slain.
Yeah.
If you don't control pawns, you are
Man, I hate it when my lane gets free kills off of other lanes. She hasn't had a back yet, though. Okay, she doesn't have TP, so we should be able to push this. We're getting murdered. I mean, it's basically done. Like, it's pretty good practice, though, I guess.
spineless? No. Flexible. Extremely. Trust what you see. I may leave, but I'm never gone.
I don't know what I can buy here, but I need to buy something.
Like what you see.
Guess I could have stayed, but... Hey, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, we have a very dedicated following. I mean, I'm very thankful, you know, for my following. People that enjoy my type of content. I think I definitely have a very specific, you know, type of audience in mind, and I'm perfectly cool with that. I'm just thinking about like which platform should I be using, and it's like, well, if YouTube's not really going to support like my growth as much as they used to, maybe it does become more attractive to try out something like Twitch. Oh my God, can y'all quit? Just gonna kill everybody. I have like 50 kills. This is so obvious, like this roam.
Do not tempt a viper. Watch and wait.
She's got 3 kills.
Am I getting under your skin?
She probably back again. It's a cannon wave, so I'm not gonna be able to push her in. Yeah.
Running through your past with an ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, this is gonna be warded probably, isn't it? Yeah. There's a Kali too. because this is warded. Someone used this blast plant waste. If I had that blast plant, I would have had her. Maybe would have had both of them. I should have flashed her thing though and just ulted her. I was too greedy with my flash there. Collie's got like 4 kills now.
Requires precision.
Well, yeah, playing from behind is a learned skill, but like, I don't know, learning how to not die to every single roam too is also a learned skill against an assassin.
Oh, lasting impression.
I just can't roam as well as she does most of the time. I'm just a lot slower, and I just, like, much better suited to sieging. What do they need to do to Akali? Take away her invisibility under towers. I mean, that's what everybody says. They can do other things all they want, but that's just like, I don't know, it does make her unique, but it's like so difficult to balance around that. It's like, okay, you can nerf every other aspect of her kit, or you can take away that stuff. Or make it to where she can't jump away as easily. Like right there, she should have to at least target an enemy unit to jump. I don't think she should have a free jump. 2 free jumps that she can use indiscriminately, targeting someone or not. Or her lifesteal, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I think either taking away some of her mobility, defensive mobility, but definitely taking away her invisibility under towers. She can still keep it versus other champs. It's just under towers is where it gets pretty toxic, I think.
Every problem is an opportunity.
An ally has been slain.
We'll just have to see. I mean, the main draw of Twitch that they started doing is Twitch Prime. When I first started, they didn't have Twitch Prime. But that's a huge thing now because so many people have Amazon Prime. That it's just like basically free money. God, she's roaming again. Hopefully they don't die. They die to like every single roam. Yeah, they're gonna hunt me down.
Keep your enemies close, and me closer.
An ally has been slain.
My affection runs deep. Do not turn your back on me.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Many wolves.
Thresh might be autofilled the way they're talking about him.
Turret plating will soon fall.
It's not worth talking about. Like, she literally gets a kill on every single, like, move. Every single time she does anything. I'm just gonna mute all. It's like, yeah, if she gets to roam every single time and gets a kill off of it, I can't out-roam her. I'm Cassiopeia. Like, I can push her in and get a CS lead at times, but she got, like, 3 kills off of every single roam. She got, first one top, she got a free kill. I pinged it 15 seconds in advance. The one on the bot lane, she got a double kill, pinged it. She walked over wards in the river. And once she has 3 kills, then I can't pressure her in lane anymore. Because she can one-shot me at that point.
If you don't
And even if I outplay her, even if I stun her like I did, she can just jump away with her R. Basically, one of those roams had to not work, and then I had to go up like 20 CS on her. When she doesn't convert. Okay, that was a pretty good play. Who's bottom? I mean, they should have crushed this lane. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna practice some.
Enemy killing spree.
I mean, she almost killed me without even using her ult.
Executed.
I mean, she's gonna be a lot better than me too. She's probably a mid, like, main. I've played Cassiopeia maybe 20 times or something. She's probably played Polly like way more than that. Well, she's like 6-0. Like, she should be really strong if she's 6-0. It's people just not paying attention to basic, like, roaming by an assassin. It could be I mean, it could be anybody. It could be a Talon. It could be a Zed. Just name your assassin Fizz. Like, Akali is frustrating, but, like, nerfing Akali wouldn't fix dumb. You know? It wouldn't fix people getting roamed on, you know, when you're playing a control mage middle and you're pinging them that the roam's coming. Like, how you do that as a control mage is you ping when the roam's when they're roaming, and then you gain an advantage. You gain a level or 2 on them. If they try that a couple of times and it doesn't work, you go up like 20 CS and gain a level or 2. You get a defensive item, and then they can't really kill you anymore at a certain point. But when they get 3 kills off of 2 roams, you can't even go up in CS because they just pressure you at that point because you can't step up in the lane to try to push them in anymore. And I can't follow her because she can just, like, wait in a bush or something and kill me, you know? That's just not how the matchup works.
Spineless? No. Flexible. Extreme.
I mean, Akali's good. She does have, like, a 46% win rate overall, but... Oh my god. Yeah, they need to fix that shit. She should not be able to freeform, like, jump away like that. That's the one thing that I don't like. It's like if she jumps aggressively... I don't know. I mean, they're going to nerf her again. She's on the strong side. It's just like so many people are so bad with her. She's kind of like Yasuo to an extent. She's like a lot of those types of champs. I think he healed when he went into the bush. He came out with a lot more mana than he went in with. I thought I might be able to kill him.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's because if they actually have a good Akali player, then, like, she's very frustrating to deal with. It's the same thing with Yasuo.
Watch your step.
Even though most people are bad with her. Now everyone's just gonna, like, sit middle.
think what I could offer. I'll take care
Oh, I
of
dodged a bunch of
everything.
stuff. I shouldn't have gone in that far to begin with. I thought that I thought I was gonna have the gen if I flashed in, and then I thought maybe we could turn it around, but I shouldn't have gone that hard without vision that bush.
Do not tempt a viper.
I thought the poison was gonna take him down to like one more twin fang would have killed him. You know, and that he's probably dead again. I get it. She's smart. She's making like good roams, but oh, did he manage to get away? He saw the Shaco, or he would have gone, and I could have ulted him potentially. He may have faked my ult if he was really good, but
Don't be coy.
I'm gonna play it out unless they get 4 surrenders. I just want to practice. Pretty much, like the support has to play extremely well if I'm a mid laner right now. Oh, come on, dude. I need some kills, bro. I'm never gonna catch up to a collie. Oh well.
If you don't control pawns, who are?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Bro, she got something here?
I'm not so
Where is she? Did she just like jump away or what? I don't even know what happened right there.
I may leave, but I'm never gone.
I miss the days where control wards could see invisible champs. Or maybe they could make her shroud on a much longer cooldown or something, maybe.
Power requires this.
I think Lee's just trolling because they're so far ahead. He thinks they can't lose. He was probably trying to make a slick play, like come up and like kick me or something.
Think what I could offer.
And really, the Akali's their only big factor. If I can stun her and we have enough damage. God bless, I just cannot get a kill. Got a hook?
Wealth is valuable when they have means to earn. I know what everyone wants.
They might throw it Baron. I mean, it's possible we could win this. Hey, what's up, BK? Are you kidding me right now? How did he flash through that stupid miasma? I mean, not that it matters that much, but... Wait, can she still go over walls with her smoke? I thought they got rid of that. Or did she like ninja star backwards or something to jump over the wall and then she like flashed and R'd me or something?
Like what you see?
I don't think she's the most broken champ. I think probably Irelia is the most broken champ. I mean, it depends on your elo bracket. Cassiopeia is pretty damn ridiculous, honestly. Obviously not this game because I'm not an amazing. I did use it, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I used the Seraph Shield. I intended to. I thought at the end I'm going to use this shield. I thought I did. I'd have to go back and watch. Maybe I just pressed the wrong button. Pretty sure I used it though. Has a really short cooldown.
Every problem is an opportunity.
We don't have Renekton over here. Such a stupid play, but it really worked out for them. They only got away with that because they're like ridiculously far ahead of us right now. They're like 10,000 gold up. Don't do that Akali play at home. Well, they're nerfing Irelia a lot next patch, I'm pretty sure. They're removing the disarm. They're making it do more damage. And they're doing a couple other things to her, too. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's all speculative on the PvE, but they are definitely looking at nerfing her. I think they were nerfing, like, the mana that you get back or something like that. Like, they're nerfing how much she can spam Q on the wave for wave clear, which is probably a good idea. Got a hook? Got a hook, bruh? She's too damn fast. I don't know if you want to go into that, man.
I like to leave a lasting impression.
Jax is the most broken champ. Jax is really damn good. I don't know. I mean, I could see a conversation for that. I just think that, like, Jax's early game is not as oppressive as some of those other champs. I just don't see Jax, like, routinely, you know, like 1v5ing. I mean, he can. Jax is definitely, like, really good. I just think that his early game is not quite as good as some of those other champs. And it's like, I feel like there are more answers to him. Like, you can CC him, sort of. I don't know. I mean, Jax is really good. He's definitely, like, a top 5, top 10 champ, solo queue for sure.
Watch and wait.
He's easier to play, I think, than some of those other options. Why can she do that? Like, I can't get any CS. We're all just, like, basically A-ramming in different lanes. Rylai's would be great. Yeah, but I need more damage. Like, I'm broke, man. Everyone's taking every kill. Oh, he smited early. Like, I have 6 assists.
Do you have a long? Would you like
Really didn't want to have to ult the Urgot, but my flash was on cooldown. And that was a good way to drag her into the fountain, but yeah, I know. I mean, dude, Trust me, I know Akali's really good. I always put her tier 1. Most of the other tier list people, you know, will put her like tier 3 or tier 4. I always put her tier 1. But there are a lot of bad Akalis too. I mean, I agree she should get nerfed. I just don't think she's the most broken champ in the game. It's because there are a lot of bad Akalis. But I do think she's really good. I want to see what owl scythes. Yeah, he's a mid main. It's like 52. Diamond 4 mid main. 54% Akali after 52 games played. Diamond every season, always mid every season. So, you know, he's probably got over 1,000 games mid lane. Way more than that. Like thousands. He's been playing since season 1. Like, this is why I'm going to like the new positional rank system. Because I would like to be able to play ranked and things like that. I guess maybe he's only played since season 5. Okay. But like that's like just one of the huge problems is if you get your off roll, especially if you're a support, like you're just gonna get blasted if it's of people, you know, like if I've got 20 games on, you know, Cassiopeia and this guy has like 54 games on Akali in the preseason alone, and you know, he's got like 3,000 games mid, and I've maybe got a total of 300 games mid. I'm just going to get blasted. So, that's why I like positional rank. It's like, yeah, if I played rank as mid lane, my rank would probably be like high gold or something like that, you know? High gold, maybe low plat. I've won some games as Cassiopeia against platinum and mid people. It's just, it's a lot harder. Because I just don't know all the damage thresholds. Like, I'm just not, like, 100% confident of, like, when I should go in and when I shouldn't. And things like that. Because how could I be? I don't play it. I don't have experience on it. I mean, yeah, like, Nasty losing or whatever, but... Oh, he's giving out some kind of skin, exclusive chrome. Blood Moon, Silver Skin, and Chroma. Oh, is that for the, okay, for the YouTube partnership thing? Lucian's banned. I guess I'll just ban Ezreal then. Oh, never mind. She switched.
Hey, you lost, but I get it.
But, I mean, he had the privilege to play against people like I'm a Cutie Pie for $75,000, you know? When, I don't know how many views his stream usually gets. He said it's less than mine, though. He said when we talked before that it was less than mine. So, you know, the fact that he's probably rolling in with less than 100 concurrent consistently, and he gets to play in a $75,000 tournament, you know, like getting to hang out with pros and like, or former pros and practicing with them and playing against them and getting all that publicity, dude, that's awesome. Like, even if you lose, like, that's a really good opportunity. I would definitely be super happy with that opportunity. I know I would get destroyed in those games, but I would probably learn a lot, and it would be great. So, I mean, it sucks to lose, but it's like your chances are extremely slim in a tournament like that. There are going to be some very, very stacked teams. Blitzcrank? I guess I'll just... God, I hate doing Rakan into... I hate doing Rakan into Skarner, but I like Rakan into Blitzcrank. Oh, well, whatever. Still, thousands and thousands of dollars. Before anyone asks, no, cleanse does not remove a Skarner ult. I have to get a Quicksilver Sash if I need to down the line for that. And they get... Hold on, let me research this and I'll answer some more questions. Hold on. Bard is viable? Yes, I don't recommend him. He's too conditional. He relies too much on roaming, which is a really dangerous proposition. Most of the time your AD carry is just going to die if you try to leave the lane consistently. And he just scales really poorly with items. Like, you really, really have to take over the game early with roaming. Like, you have to get ganks. You have to get kills. Especially to compensate for your AD carry missing CS in the best case scenario and feeding in the typical case scenario. Let me see. Why you know gank? Okay, pretty good at Teemo. Oh, Ego Horizon is an AD carry. I'm like, hey, that guy's pretty good on Braum. Is that me? I was like, no. Okay, whatever. I guess that's... We have 2 auto-filled people. That could be rough. Okay, some of the other questions. Yeah, the Sona game against Yi, Echo, and Kha'Zix would be very scary. I agree with that. Off-roll Jannas. Yeah, I mean, everyone loves to play against off-roll supports because you never get your off-roll. As a support, you might get your off-roll. Like, I get my off-roll like 1 in 100 games or something when I play support. Like, it's virtually never. And so you just don't get a lot of practice. That's why on Viewers Night, I try to practice things other than support, because in the 1 in 100, I do get off-rolled. Most supports just dodge if you get off-rolled, which usually I would. But because rank's about to reset next week anyways, like, whatever. I'll just get some practice in. Yeah, Cleanse does not work on a Skarner ult, like I just said a second ago. It's a suppression. You have to have a Quicksilver Sash. It's like a Malzahar ult. It's not a standard stun. Voy Boy said Frozen Mallet technology. Voy Boy is a sensationalist. Sometimes he's right. He was right about the Victor Top. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, but he's a hyper. I mean, he subscribed. I mean, it's a tried and true formula that works really well. It's just like make an all caps video with weird stuff and people will come watch it. Tell them that it's good. You know, no one ever holds you accountable if it's bad because it's off meta. You're just trying fun stuff, you know? But it's like, that's just the formula for everybody. You know, it's like Night Blue, Phylol, Red Mercy. Red Mercy plays it a little more close to the cuff. He doesn't do that many weird things. He typically plays standardized stuff, but I don't know. It's fine. I don't hate on it. It's a wonderful business model. It's made these people lots of money. You know, and he does create some entertaining games. Yeah, I know you're probably joking, but yeah, I'm like, but I'm always honest, even though it may not get me the most views, to be honest and actually try to have real analysis instead of just like all caps hyping. That's just who I am, man. I just try to help people become better players as much as I can, you know. I'm not a perfect player, obviously, but in the spirit of truth and honesty, I try to do the best that I can based on the information that I have to help people out. Hey, thanks, S Love and Asura for following me on Twitter. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to post up more tweet things if I can. I usually just announce when I'm streaming, but well, that's true, Four Dragons. So that's part of it. Part of the reason why I've been doing mid lately as my off role is because I think that's the least likely to get auto-filled in because that's the most popular role. AD carry is potentially the least popular role right now. It's either AD carry or support. I honestly think more people might queue up for support than AD carry these days.
Summoner's Rift.
And so it's a very high probability I would get off-rolled. And I'm not even that great with most AD carries, honestly, because like it's harder, I think, to last hit with something like a standard AD carry than it is Cassiopeia. And I just feel like I can't influence games as much. Like I can still kind of, you know, like not do super well on Cassio, do okay. And at the very least, I'll still have my ult, I'll still have decent scaling, like I'll still have some utility in fights. So I do have a Twitter, yes, at the Strat Prof, the strategy professor on Twitter. Trolling Orin with a 20% win rate. That guy gave up a long time ago, I think. I kind of feel bad for him. I don't know his whole story, but I think he was having like some mental problems or something a couple of years back. I don't know. I don't even think that, like, I don't know, AD carry is bad, but it's like, if you're good on AD carry, they're good, but you have to, like, act, like, the AD carries that are good right now are pretty hard to play, like Vayne and Ezreal. Hey, thanks, Atomic, I appreciate it. Hey, thanks so much for the sub. Yeah, I don't advertise as much. I need to have more time on social media. I just honestly don't ever use social media that much. Like, I don't look at other people's Twitters that often. I'm just too busy, man. Like,
I need my love to hurt.
like I spend all of my time on teaching and channel stuff and like family stuff. That's basically it. We're gonna lose this, I think. Wow. Would have been nice if Zyra didn't get hooked there. You know, I know we're trying to bait him, but like you could dodge the hook and then we could fight him. Yeah, I do need to come up with merch too. There's a lot of projects I would like to do. It's just the thing is, like, you know, I've got a family and I teach. Like, streaming is not my full-time thing. But I would like to have more video editing and, you know, do more, you know, just, like, more channel stuff. But maybe I could make some time. The thing is, I'm not working on my dissertation either, and that's, like, a major thing that I need to complete. It's just, like, so little time. I just need to be more efficient with my time. I need to make the guides, like, 30 minutes. It's just so hard for me to do that. I need to make the guide shorter and just, like, be faster at everything that I do. I'm just not a very time efficient person. I don't know. I have a really hard time managing time. I just like overdo a lot of stuff. Spend way too much time like grading papers and stuff historically. Really? Dude's already starting the BM.
I need some fun.
Wasting mana in his hook for no reason. Alright. Well, maybe it'll let us back in. Okay, Skarner's bot side. He might come for our golems.
This looks like another dangerous dangerous situation. Thankfully, I can.
Is he over here?
I will make them dance. I will make them hear.
It's rough.
I got freedom. I got a lady. I got a cause I die for. That's who I am. And it's good times.
I had a mana though. Oh my god.
I look around these forests and
We shouldn't have face checked that. I cannot believe he's gonna get out of that. It's just like insane. Please. Please. Jesus. Holy. Canceled his auto. Sivir face checks the bush we literally just saw Lucian walk into. Katarina ints under my tower and gets out.
I'm getting impatient. You're gonna feel this one.
An enemy has been slain.
I am definitely more confident in dangerous situations.
Teemo's kind of winning top, but not as much as he should.
Is my cloak right? Yes, it is.
Literally, why is every single 80 carry on my team like a complete pile of garbage? I don't.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, I don't know a nice way to put it. It's like literally every time. Am I wrong?
They will remember my name. I think they underestimate my charm. How is that even
Like, the
possible?
only thing I can come up with is it's got to be, like, just no one plays 80 carry anymore, and they're always auto-filled, but I don't think that's factually true. I mean, their 80 carries always seem okay. Maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. Maybe their support is just, like, way better than I am, and that's why their 80 carry always feels good, and mine feels bad.
They're scared of darkness. They're scared of magic. They are scared of where
Maybe I just have really
from.
bad memory, and I get, like, really good 80 carries half the time, and I just don't remember it. I don't know. I've got early onset Alzheimer's here or something. I don't know. That would be terrible. I probably shouldn't joke about that, but I don't know. Like, it just feels like either statistics just don't make any sense in my games, or I just have, like, ridiculously selective memory because it just feels like 9 out of 10 of my 80 carries are just always worse than their 80 carries. They're just like always inconsequential in my games. Even though statistically that doesn't make sense because they should have bad 80 carries every time too. Because we're drawing on the same like pool of people, you know? He's gone. Shit. Okay, I dodged it. I didn't think I was going to be able to dodge that. But, I mean, the good news is, with Rakan, we still win, like, half of these games, even though the 80 carry, like, never matters. Is either, like, actively bad or or inconsequential. We can still win around other people, maybe. Like, Katarina getting those kills was really bad for us. Why did Teemo go Negatron? I understand this guy's going AP Gnosis, but is that really necessary, bro? Is it that much damage? It looks like you're doing fine. He needs to just go straight up, like, either Ludens or, like, Leandries. He needs those 2 items. The order's debatable, but, like, are they going to cheese us in this bush? No. We need damage, bro. Can you not see what's going on down here? Like, you're not getting damage from bot lane. We can't be doing Negatron. Like, he's going to go Wit's End first, probably, which is, like, abysmal. Ban Ezreal, because Ezreal's really good right now. And he's very annoying to play against. And she was hovering Lucian. So that's why I didn't ban Lucian. Usually I ban Lucian. I think Lucian's better than Ezreal in solo queue right now, but... yeah, Sivir had the chance to play Lucian. But she opted not to. They got Lucian like 5th pick or something.
I look good. I feel good. Let's kick some ass.
Maybe we could win off of Vlad. I don't know. Is AP Gnosis strong? No. Awful. Teemo should be murdering him. Like, what's he gonna do to Teemo? If Teemo just went like a good Teemo build, if he just went Comet. Oh, it doesn't see it? For real?
Turret plating will soon fall.
Don't leave nothing. Bring it all.
Katarina didn't know I didn't have my ults. That's why she was being really scared.
Wait to see what I'm gonna do.
We can still win around Vlad, probably. Teemo doesn't destroy Katarina. It doesn't stop her ult. He doesn't have anything to stop her ult.
If Zyra says someone has to
I mean, maybe in lane, like, yeah, he can auto attack and stuff. I don't have vision. Okay.
The universe loves me.
If you're tired of seeing Lucian, you gotta ban him, bro. He's gonna get played every game because he's really overpowered. I ban him every game. You never see him on this channel unless somebody's hovering him, and then they don't pick him. Or someone else picks him first. I have to get mobility boots right now because I've got to just go around and try to make plays around the map. It's such an awful item. He doesn't even have any magic resist. That was really close. How fed is Cat? I might regret this, but I feel like I have to get around the map and try to make plays.
I will dance.
So maybe I need Mercs here against Cat. I don't know. Chat never poggers me. Well, I mean, Teemo's okay, like, in lane, sure, pre-6, but I just don't think he's a good answer, like, overall to Katarina. I mean, everything beats the pre-6.
I'm so fine, I gotta kiss myself. I need to know when the action's coming.
Okay, Nasus is top.
They will see my dance. Then they will know magic's joy.
Damn it, why couldn't I ward?
Has been slain.
Oh, Nasus is gonna get a tier 1. I'd say Infernal at this point in the game is more valuable than a tier 1. Someone rotate over there.
Has been slain.
God. Okay, 2 towers is not worth. Teemo went bottom instead of rotating back up to top.
I dance because I'm free.
I thought he was going to go back top. Yeah, true. We lost every lane pressure in every lane after that. Damn, get the auto off. Okay.
This is my destiny.
Who counters Galio? Cassiopeia?
Right, I got my moves right. Time to show it.
I think he counters melees really hard. I think like Zoe and Cassiopeia are probably the 2 best counters to him right now.
I'm offended by how.
But he's really good in almost everything, so like it's tough to say for sure.
What's happening now?
My Guardian, if I try to mess with that Katarina, she's gonna blow me up. God, Vlad is so strong right now.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Hello? Anybody there?
One of the biggest things about mobility boots is it allows you to cover more area with your sweeper, which is something I never really appreciated as much as I should have. It's not just for rotations, it's so that you get a lot more value out of the sweeper. They're trying to hunt me down. Are they trying to counter Baron?
Taken seriously. That's why it's the truth.
Your team has destroyed.
I don't have wards. Vlad's bottom. I don't think we can fight without Vlad, but like...
It's alright. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
We just need to delay him as much as we can. Definitely have to have Graves.
Your team has destroyed.
And we delayed him enough.
Shut down.
Wait, what? He solo killed him? What?
I miss Zyra.
They're pushed into their base. They can't leave. Well, he got some very specific buffs. Probably 4 or 5 patches ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, but he got some very specific buffs. I think it was reduced mana cost to his Q that were massive for him being able to spam that. He was really good earlier on in the season. I have too much gold. I don't have wards.
I'm gonna live.
I don't have ult either. I mean, like... well, I guess we can just 4-man. It's kind of a waste, but just make sure we get him. Oh, hey, bro, what's up? Well, he used his flash. And he... Oh, that's why I like Rakan a lot. It's like, well, your lane feeds, you maybe have a chance later on in the game. Because he just complements anyone, really. I mean, like, huge shield, huge mobility, great engage, great itemization options. Like, his only thing is he's not amazing in lane most of the time. Unless he's with the Zyra, who has been pretty far out of the meta for a while now.
Is the first step towards understanding.
Come here, come here! Oh my god, the slow! I should have just let that go. Well, so much for that. Please don't feed. Just back up. Dodge his hook. And of course.
They think they can
An
catch me.
enemy has been slain.
Damn it, we really needed that buff to push, man.
Spawning soon.
I should have just let him die. As soon as he died, I shouldn't have forced it. I didn't notice, honestly, that Vlad wasn't there. That he had spread out.
I mean, seriously, rude.
Yeah, it was a huge waste.
I am.
If Teemo would have just not tried to fight him and just backed up when we had that Teemo buff, we could have easily taken down at least the top tier 2.
Okay, Rakan. Get him watching.
What is he saying? He's trying to say 1-3-1. He just doesn't know the term for it. I don't think we want a 1-3-1 then. Need Vlad. We have to have Vlad to fight.
The humans call it that. Just a dance.
And that's why we play Rakan.
Aced.
Like, doesn't really matter what's going on in the game. At some point, if the enemy's ever grouped up, you just flash ult and then you win. No cap. I'll give it to Vlad. I was about to say, what? It didn't count up the points immediately. I was like, was I in the 40s? I thought I was in the 60s. Thanks, buddy. Well, that was nice. I may have muted my own team. I don't remember. I don't think I did. So, there we have it. Get dumpstered in bot lane again. Get a top lane Teemo that rushes Wit's End and whatever. You know, Hextech Gunblade. But we had a good mid laner. Our jungler was pretty solid. That's enough. You know? Like, their Nasus was pretty full on turkey also. You know? Their Lucian played pretty well. I think their Cat did pretty well considering. It's just hard for Cat to do anything against Rakan. It's like all I have to do is just ult and shield whoever she tries to go after. And she's going to get evaporated. Because, like, that shield is huge. Like, Rakan's shield plus Guardian is massive. Like, the Guardian itself is going to give, like, a, I don't know, a 150 to 200 in shield. And then the shield itself is going to be, like, his shield is going to be somewhere around, like, 150 after your AP scaling per. And you can do it twice. So you can basically hand out, like, 500 in shields, and you just, like, instantly CC them. Yeah, Sivir was pretty cool. There's a lot of chill people in that game. See, there are good people in the world. There are good people that play on League of Legends. The enemy complimented me without any irony. I didn't even have that great of a game, I don't think. I did okay, but I made some mistakes too. And then the Sivir apologized for rough stuff happening. Vlad is very good. I've seen a lot of Vlad lately, and I agree. I think he is really good. He's very good against assassins. In a world of pure imagination. Oh, that's perfect. Old Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Is that what that's what that's from, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. I can kind of hear the song though. Well, the problem is people that are like nice usually don't say anything. And that's just the way it is, like, in the world too, unfortunately. That's why I try to give out compliments to people. I'm like, hey, that's great, good job, and stuff like that. A lot of just try to spread the positivity, because Like, usually the only people that speak up are negative people a lot of times in society. Most of the time is people that complain or have problems with something. Those are the people that say the most. And it's like in League of Legends, people are probably thinking, wow, that was a good player. Man, I had this really good person on my team. But they're not going to type it. They just think it. It's just, unfortunately, the negativity is what inspires people to say something, to take action a lot of times. A lot of media outlets on every side of the aisle, right? Just focus on that. It's just always focus on negativity. No matter what it is, it's negative. And that's, like, it's always like, if you look at, I watched CNBC for a long time, it's almost always, oh, the downturn's right around the corner, it's doom and gloom, you know? And they were saying that all the way through the rally, which has basically been unending, with just a couple of hiccups from like 2009 to now. You know, everybody was doom and gloom. It feels like almost all the time. And, I mean, obviously, a lot of news outlets, it's just like this day and age, hey, this candidate did this, or this person did that, or this person did that, or this person did that. There's this scandal. Whoa, this person's life just totally blew up because this negative thing happened to them. There's not as many, like, uplifting stories like, hey, man, this person gave all this money to charity. This is awesome. There's some of that. There's some. But by and large, it's, like, pretty negative. Like, hey, this manager did a great job, invented this new product, and gave all of his employees raises and things like that. There is an honor system, but it's just not the same. So I think there are a lot more positive people out there. You just never hear them. It's just the vocal negative minority that says a lot of stuff. That's what I think. Maybe I'm just an optimist, but I think there are a lot more, like... I think most people are actually probably pretty cool if you get to know them. Damn, I've got mid twice in 3 games? What? At least for me anyways. I mean, not like super cool, like I want to hang out with them all the time. But I think most people are okay. You know, just, if you just go like hang out with someone and just like really get to know them, I think they're probably all right. I think a lot of people are just misunderstood and stereotyped and mischaracterized. I think pretty much everybody's like the hero of their own story, you know, a lot of times. Like, I think most people try to do what they think is good, or like, you know, that type of thing. They're just doing the best they can. I'm gonna ban Ezreal then if we're gonna pick Lucian.
Hey, you lost, but I get it.
But, you know, once again, maybe I'm too optimistic. It might be another cast game, yeah. That's really the only thing I can play mid lane at any sort of, like, reasonable level. At this Elo bracket. I mean, I could do, like, Malzahar or something. But... I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. It's fine. I need practice on it anyways. Ranks resetting. I mean, yeah, I could get to Diamond, you know. Maybe. I mean... I'm not saying I could snap my fingers, I'll be back there tonight, but like, I could probably get to Diamond within a week or something, get back there, but it's just going to get reset anyways at this point, so it's like, whatever. Hey, what's up, Brittany? Hey, we're always glad to have you whenever you can come in. I understand, school keeps people very busy. I've been very busy with school too, so totally get it. Cass is the best mid laner on this patch, yes. I think it's... very few people would dispute that. She's really hard to play, though. But I'm not amazing on her. But I'm okay. The reason I like Cass is because I can last hit with her fairly easily. So I can at least farm. Then I have utility, and I can scale pretty well in team fights. So, and I've practiced her some. Yeah. Yeah, Riven's pretty decent. Could be a Smurf or whatever. I don't know. 220 games is not really a Smurf, though. I don't know. A lot of times, people that play Riven are good on Riven. She's not casually played by many people. It's like, it's a one-trick character. I'm gonna go ahead and play Cassiopeia.
There is no antidote for me.
Tapping your heels 3 times together. Bring back Rakan mid. I don't know. That was never really like an awesome thing back in the day. There were a couple of people that did it. I think Shifter did it some. But it was never really like super oppressive. It was just one of those things that was like really weird. And Riot just kind of put a stop to it immediately. Galio. Okay. That's a better matchup for me. Please. Lock. Okay, thank you. I actually kind of want to play this one. I like playing Cassiopeia. Now, our Eve's not amazing. Lucian's pretty good. Our Thresh is auto-filled. Is it Thresh? Leona. But whatever. I like playing Cassiopeia. I don't know why. She's a lot of fun. Barrier, Clint. I think I'm going to take Clint here. Cassidon a girl. No, Cassiopeia. Hey, we don't know. Maybe Cassidon identifies as a girl. There's no record of this. There probably is in his lore. It probably says he. But whatever, man, okay? It's 2019. Let him be whoever he wants. The thing about TP on Cass is it's nice to TP back to lane, of course, because she's kind of slow walking back there. But you're like, I'm never going to make a TP play on Cass, especially now that you can't, like, cancel it. Like, I'm never going to TP in for a flank, you know, as Cassiopeia. It's just super risky, and I'm going to die. And if I TP right in front of people's faces, I don't have any sort of, like, engage to run them down. So basically, I'm only TPing to go to lane, pretty much. Like, late game, I could maybe split a side lane, but that's probably really bad. Well, Rakan mid was another thing. Rakan mid was... Well, let's not go into that, too. Definitely do not want to go where that, where that's going. I would just say that most circles, I don't know about most, but fairly widely established that gender is not the same thing as sex. But I do not want to open that can of worms, so let's not open that up.
Secrets are sharper than blades. Power requires precision.
Minions have spawned.
If you don't control,
People only have one special summon monster now? What are you talking about?
The pact is made.
You talking about some other game or something? I can throw 1Q. I don't think hopefully it won't ruin my lane, but I can help Eve out. She needs some help.
every problem is an opportunity. Careful now. I bite.
Oops. So he does have Ignite, of course.
No. Flexible. Extremely.
First blood. An ally has been slain.
I like to leave a lasting impression.
Damn, how long did he wait? Oh my god. Dude, he waited there like 50 years. Why does he do like 400 damage at level 1? Whatever he is, level 3.
I may leave, but I'm never gone.
He's gonna throw a Q at me probably.
Like what you see.
I'm not that far behind on CS. I'm getting sort of far behind. That gank was pretty brutal. Seriously? Dude, that guy's sat in that bush for like 50 years. He probably looked me up and he's like, hey, this guy never plays mid. I'm just gonna camp him. Pretty much. It's probably what happened.
Watch your step.
Damn, I lost that experience. I think Eve got that experience though, which is good. I guess someone got it.
Patience, darling. I'll take care of everything.
CS is how many monsters you get. It's this number here. I've got 19. He has 27. It's a really important stat. Are you serious right now? Holy.
Trust what you see. Many ways begin with a
Wait, how? Wait, how? Oh my god. The range on that. Oh my god.
Violence is so messy.
I don't even know what I can buy here.
Enemy killing spree.
I know.
An ally has been slain.
Bot lane Lucian's losing to Callista.
An ally has been slain.
Holy
You don't
crap.
control pawns. You
So troll. The problem is also, if I'm not playing in support, the other person needs to play as well as I do in support, you know? Probably even better, because they have to make up for me not being as strong as the enemy mid laner, because I don't play mid. And I'm playing against mid laners with like thousands of games. And like the top 1% of the player base. And it just almost never happens. This is why, like, I'm gonna be excited for positional rank. No, he's not, Jolty. This guy's just way better than I am.
leave a lasting impression.
Because he plays mid. I'm telling you, Cassiopeia is way better than Galio is. Cassiopeia is a direct counter to Galio. In most circles. It is people of equal skill.
And me.
I'm not gonna ward that, or he's gonna be able to come at me probably. I need a tier. It's gonna take so long to charge that up, but I should have just bought Mana Crystal instead of Amp Tome early. I'm not gonna be able to fight him at this point. That Kha'Zix's like camping in that brush for like 2 minutes early on.
So easy to get out of your system.
Well, the problem is if I push up like hard, he can zone me.
Wealth is valuable.
Well, I mean, I'm familiar with how to last hit him, but I also don't have a mana item right now, so I have to be a bit more conservative with my mana. Okay, so he... Okay, if they can just not die down there, I can kind of start catching up. What are they pinging?
Watch and wait.
I'm not like insanely far behind CS wise. Pretty sure he ulted down there.
Every problem is an opportunity.
An enemy has been slain.
No, you E for the last hit on your minions because you get a refund for the E. I know how to last hit as Cassiopeia. You don't want to E immediately whenever you Q. You want to try to get the last hit off of them so that you don't blow your mana on your E. And at least I know in theory how to last hit Cassiopeia. You hold Alt down.
Patience, darling.
I gotta get priority middle first. No, it doesn't. Not with this much CS, man. Trust me. Like, I know.
Precision.
The Q is not going to instantly vapor. Like, I can't Q and then instantly last hit. The Q itself, like, you have to wait a second for it to get low enough to last hit.
I'll be back soon. Miss me.
Luden's Echo is greater than tier. Not for me.
An enemy
I like
has been
having the
slain.
shield. Basically, you don't get the same level of burst, but you get more mana, which is great for taking Barons and Dragons, and you get that shield, which is really nice when you're, you know, not an amazing cast player like me, and you might miss position. That shield helps out a lot.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I don't know where Galio went. Why does it not just walk over there and ward? Oh, he's top. They were jungler and mid or top, so I guess I'm just going to try to get some plates here. It sucks that I'm still really far behind in CS. That pressure early just kind of wrecked me.
Think what I could offer.
Turret plating will soon fall.
And they could be rotating on me.
Keep your eyes open. Enemy killing spree.
We're getting wrecked in the jungle.
Shut down. Double kill.
I mean, I can't go up there and look at that. Kha'Zix could have just jumped on me out of nowhere and like one-shot me at this point. All I can do is just power farm and just try to make Galio pay for these roams. I should have just flashed to begin with. With that proto belt, I just basically have to flash. I don't think cleanse gets me out of it. Yeah. I just can't get within like 1,200 units of him if I don't have flash. Unless I ult. Maybe I could have ulted there a lot earlier. No, Q max is definitely what you do right now. Every single Cassiopeia for the last like 2 months is maxes Q. You max Q and you go to Comet.
Every problem is an opportunity.
Megan, I promise you I know how to play Cassiopeia. Like, I know I'm getting smoked by this Galio.
Killing spree.
But it's because he's a lot better than me. I understand on an informational level how you should be playing Cassiopeia at a basic level like last hitting.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I'm not so easy to get on. Watch and wait.
Well, I just shouldn't have been close to him. Like, I know he has his flash. I was just being stupid. Like, I was being too greedy for that CS.
Watch your step.
Dead, probably. There's no way I can get away from him. I don't think I had that shutdown gold. I think there was something else that you saw. No, guys, the matchup, like I didn't know what I was playing against when I picked Cassiopeia first of all, but Cassiopeia is a counter to Galio. This guy is just better than I am. He's a diamond. He's probably a diamond 4 or a platinum 1 mid lane main. This is probably like somewhere between my 20th and 30th time I've ever played Cassiopeia. I played mid lane in ranked this season probably less than 10 times. This guy probably has like over 1,000 games at mid lane. It's a good matchup because you can kite all of his stuff and he can't build magic resist against you. Because you just cut through all of it. Like, it's a very, very good matchup. And we can look at like win percentages or whatever at a certain point, but I'm just like way worse than he is. Like he's just a way better player than I am at the mid role. If I'm playing support and he's playing mid, that's a different story. We're probably similar, but
If you don't control
Shut down.
I'm gonna have to try to get executed here. I understand he has magic resist, but like, what are you supposed to play into Galio? Like, Talon and Zed are not good into him. I mean, Cassiopeia is one of the better mages because she does so much damage, she has so much range, and so much ability to kite him if you're a good Cassiopeia player.
like what you see.
I mean, it's just because I'm up against a diamond like mid main. If you go watch me play Cassiopeia on like viewers night, when I'm playing against like gold and silver players, I just run all over people most of the time. I'm up like 40 or 50 CS in the laning phase with like a ton of kills and all this stuff like that. They're just way better than I am. Because that's their main role. I'm just doing the best I can. Wait, oh, it's Nautilus top lane. I forgot about that. Irelia probably alright in Galio. I don't know. I think that melee champs in general have a really hard time with him, but Irelia is overpowered, so she probably is. I mean, Galio's really strong too. I'm not saying that it's like automatically you win. Obviously, it's not. If you pick Cassiopeia and a Galio, I just think it's a favorable matchup for Cassiopeia. I think she's very good against tank-like champions. Yo, what up, Ernie? Well, I'm feeding hard, but, you know, we can still win this game. Oh, God.
You have slain an enemy.
Well, I got a couple of kills there, so that's good. Finally got some money. Okay, that's a good call. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I should have been spamming that the whole time. I'm just not, like, paying attention.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Gotta save my ult for Kha'Zix. I gotta watch for him very carefully. Oh god. Holy. Morgana's accurate, man. She's hitting a lot of stuff. Those Moby boots. And we should have just backed up and gotten Dragon after Lucian took like 3 tower hits and after I took a couple of tower hits.
Violence is so.
We might win off the skin of this Riven, maybe. Don't stun her. Oh god. Nice, nice, nice.
Shut down.
Do you have a longing?
Tyr lets you unload on Baron too and take Barons. I had to step up and tank that. I've been hitting a decent chunk of these Qs. Oh, the Morgana Qs. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Morgana's on point. She's playing pretty well. I might go Leandri's here. I don't know. Leandri's is really good combo with Rylai's. My W does already apply a slow, but having more slows would be really nice. Helps the team out, too, with kiting. I don't have Eve. Let's just go get this. Dude, just cut him off. I don't have my cleanse right now, so we gotta be careful with a lot of their stuff they're throwing out. Please kill her. That's the last one. Wow, did we just win off of that? She got executed. Oh my god, if Riven dies too. Okay, yeah. have enough. I mean, yeah, I still need a little bit more.
Many wars begin
Damn.
with a whisper.
Lose lane, win game. That's right, baby. Oh, God. Karthus support. He just requires too much gold. I mean, one of the main tenets for, like, is it a good support is how well does it work with, like, no gold. It's got to have really high base damages, like, really high utility most of the time.
What you see.
Needs to either work with Fairy Charm items or Zeke's and Knight's Vow items. One of the two. If it's an item, if it's a champion that requires something like Luden's, it's probably not going to be good as support. Unless you're like really fed. It's just very risky.
I'll take care of everything.
And we don't have Riven. Need to wait on Riven. Where are we going? Top or mid?
Like what you
I mean, they're just
see.
pushing up middle. I don't know what we're doing. We're splitting. Well, Pyke is his own special thing. I mean, there are always going to be exceptions to the rules, but those are the basic rules. It's like, it needs to be a champion that functions on low gold.
Think what I could offer.
That's what disqualifies a lot of mages. People think because like Zyra and Brand are like okay, that like other champs can be okay too. We don't know enough. Okay, maybe we don't lose. I thought we just lost the game right there. Wait, why is he? Oh, he's going for the outplay? And he's... Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Like, I just felt like the game was over, so I knew I wasn't going to actually stun many people there, but I thought that, like, that was it. Like, 2 people were dead. I at least had to go down trying to fight with the Riven, or I was going to lose. I need a... Do we have control wards?
I'm not so easy to get out of your system.
Damn, we don't have Lucian. We're gonna give them full vision control. I don't have sweepers or anything. No. Just wait on Lucian.
Watch your step.
All I can do is push up mid. I mean, maybe we can stall?
Wealth is valuable only as a means to power.
I mean, Lucian just wasn't with us. Like, we got engaged on. I pinged that he had that crap.
Think what I could offer.
Oh, there goes a really important cooldown. They're not going to be able to siege against me, I don't think.
Care of everything.
Cassiopeia has such crazy wave clear. So much damage. See you, Sammy. I meant to flash ult and I just like randomly ulted instead. Nautilus is almost up. Yeah, we got it. Woo! Alright, well. Whatever, Babu. All right, we got it. Nah, he was, I mean, the Galio did really well. But, like, let me see. So it's not the heaviest counter in the world, but he gives 3%. Wins 3% less against Cassiopeia. So she is one of like the top 10 sort of statistical counters. She's probably one of the most mainstream champions that is good against him. So that means he only wins like, what, 46.5% against Cassiopeia. Cass's counter is probably like Zoe. Oh, it looks like Shaco for some reason. Mostly junglers, so it's like she just gets camped. Alright. I'll be back in just a second. We'll play these out. Hopefully we have time to play them all. I don't know if I'll have time for 5 more games, but we'll see. Alright, I'll be back in 1 second. Sadie. We did have a good 80 carry that time. So, that's good. Don't ever build AP number. It depends on what you mean by AP Sona. If you mean Ardent Censer and Athene's Unholy Grail, which are both AP items, yes, that's good. If you mean Lichbane, don't ever do that. She's so strong with, like, she scales so hard with Ardent Censer. Like, the gold efficiency is just through the roof. You're getting, like, 5,000 gold value or something off of that item. Versus Lichbane, you might get, like, 3,300 gold value or something off of it. I know everyone likes AP Sona, like, likes the idea of AP Sona, but mathematically it just doesn't. It's just not even close. I think if you want to play AP, if you want to do a lot of damage, you should play Zyra or Brand.
You don't have the heart for this.
And they ban this guy's one trick. That's rough. So the dude's auto-filled. What is he? Might play Caitlyn or something? Zach. So we have good engage. I guess I'll just Zyra. I don't know.
Feel the thorns embrace.
I mean, I can't dodge. Teemo's kind of annoying. With a non-sustained support. Okay. Okay, this dude plays a lot of Zach. Caitlyn. Alright. I mean, I guess at least we shouldn't lose lane, hopefully. Oh. Okay, Kaisa. I was like, who's their AD carry? It's Kaisa. Okay. Yeah, just trust me. If you play Sona, go Ardent, then go Athenes, you will blow everybody away. I wouldn't do Lich. It's too expensive, man. It's like 3,200 gold. Like, you could literally, like, have an item and a half. You could have, like, Ardent plus, you know, be halfway onto your Athenes. Yeah. So it's not like you just add it in. Like, it's 1,000 gold item. It's really, really expensive. By, like, the standards of the other items you could get. Like, no, it could be sweet if I had a Ferrari, but I can't afford that. I mean, I could maybe, like, you know, sell everything I have in my house and take out, like, a massive loan or something like that, and maybe, like, buy a cheap used Ferrari or something, but it's not worth it, you know? It's the same thing with, like, Lichbane. It's like the Ferrari of support items for Sona. It's like, I mean, if you're super rich, whatever, you know, if you get 5 kills in lane, sure, but, like, it's just not the most efficient thing to be doing. It's a luxury.
Just a harmless flower. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's just like Sona's virtually unstoppable. If she gets Ardent Censer plus Athene's,
Wait until my seeds take root.
in a team fight, if she doesn't die and that fight goes on for longer than 5 seconds, you just win. Like, it's almost impossible to lose.
Minions have spawned. Take careful steps.
That's right. That's a good advertisement for Ferraris. Murder 5 people, take their money, and you might be able to get one.
Closer.
Hashtag Ferrari. Fine print at the very bottom. Murder is a federal crime. Do not use it.
So much more.
Murder is actually a state crime, I believe. You're not destroying your life, but you're destroying your elo. Which in League of Legends, I don't know. It's up to you. I'm just telling you, I think that over time, you're going to win a lot more games if you go Ardent Censer and
The beaten path.
things on Holy Grail. And that's part of what, like, one of the things that holds back a lot of AP supports is their items are just too expensive. Like, utility support items are overpowered. Like, that's part of what made Ivern so oppressive for so long, is he could just buy these cheap, you know, like 2,100 gold items when all the other junglers have to pay like 3,000 gold for each one of their items.
Promise of God. So much more to do.
Just spawning some of those plants just to try to
Such a busy
try to push the lane a little bit, just so we don't get, because somehow we're getting pushed in as Penguin. I think they're finally lowering Zyra's mana per 5 on the next patch. I think that's the nerf they're looking at, which is fine because you're waiting on plants anyways. You just have like a stupid amount of mana all the time as Zyra. Like, she shouldn't have 15 mana per 5. I don't really think she needs to be nerfed, honestly. She's just good in low elos. But I guess that's a reason to nerf, maybe? I don't know where. Okay, he's over there. She was stepping up. I thought maybe Pantheon was here.
Come closer.
Boom.
Oh, come on. I meant to flash. Damn it. I should have got my ignite off. I didn't even ignite. I'm gonna get her. Damn. If I would have ignited, that would have been a lot cleaner, though.
Headshot. Wait until my seeds take root. An ally has been slain. Take care.
Hashtag thug. Yeah, I know. I just got outplayed there. I missed my snare, and then I didn't flash Nami's bubble. I just want to push this in, so it takes him back.
The forest holds many surprises.
This Caitlin's actually playing pretty well. Yeah, I played that like a total turkey. It was not good. I think my Rakan games were okay. I don't know how many Rakan games I played earlier. My cast games, not so much, which is to be expected, but
So much more to see.
she probably backed, but I don't know for sure.
Wait until my seeds take root.
Okay, she backed. Or she would have stepped up. As Kaisa's acting like she backed. Nami, okay. It's my bush now, sweetheart.
Venture off the beaten.
Galio 6 and Pantheon is probably close to 6, so... Now the fun begins. Gnosis is getting obliterated top lane. Tino, like, first item QSS against Wither. I'm playing really far back. Like, Pantheon ult would just be devastating right now, and I don't have flash. We really shouldn't be pushing, but we kind of have to push as Kate. There's Teemo. If I see Pantheon on the map, then we can go more aggressive, but like... I know this Caitlyn's probably like, WTF. I mean, she can trap where he lands. Dead. Oh, he didn't jump in time! And he doesn't have flash. Okay, thank God. That's close.
Take careful steps.
Okay, Galio might be coming in. Okay.
Such a busy world.
Nice. Good job, Megan.
Wait until... So much more.
Oh, that snipe though. So many globals. Man, I feel like we got outplayed hard there. I needed to flash the Nami bubble. If I flash one of these bubbles, I'm pretty sure we can kill him. Like, if I flash that bubble and then just instantly R'd, then she would have died. I'm pretty sure. I guess she could have flashed my my move there. Really? I guess it was a trade. I don't know though, man. It's been hit twice, executed by that W.
The forest holds many secrets. Things aren't always what they seem. A promising garden. Venture off the beaten path.
I mean, Galio is pretty squishy. I mean, his base stats are kind of high, but I don't know. I thought their targeting was okay. I mean, Galio was the one getting hit by the tower, so
Such a
that's probably
busy
why.
world. Wait until my seeds take root.
Is she just ward that? She was going to ward it and then decided not to. Just a little ahead on items, not a ton.
An enemy has been slain. So much more to see.
For real though? One more? Okay, got her. And we got her flash. Alright. No way. Shouldn't hit me. Pantheon might come down here and dive though. Fucking God. Are you kidding me right now? Alright, well, we got him. Holy.
Turret plating will fall soon. Such a busy world.
There is some skill required to Zyra. She's good, but she's very squishy. She has no escapes, and like doing your plants correctly with your spells can be tricky. She's not the hardest champion in the game to play, but she's certainly harder than some other supports out there.
Come closer.
Pantheon's ult should be down. Okay, Pantheon's low. Might as well just drop a ward there. I'm about to get him refilled anyways.
Venture off the beaten path.
Grab one more. She's gonna clear that one. I've got one more, and then I'll have one more after that. Hey, what's up, Bob? Well, it was really the aftershock is the thing. I didn't calculate that. I'm not used to him having that. I didn't think he was gonna. I thought he was gonna blow up in midair, honestly, before he even like landed on me. But the aftershock is really what saved him. The triumph obviously helped at the end, but.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
That global pressure is pretty nasty.
So much more to see. Wait until my seeds take root. Such a busy world.
I assume Galio probably ulted, but that Nami with Moby plus Wind Drakes is like
So much more.
they definitely want bottom right now. I think we definitely should not be fighting this.
Come close.
Seems super dangerous.
Venture.
Wait, she didn't die?
Rampage.
How the hell did she not die? What? Did nobody focus the same target?
A promise.
Nami died. I thought Nami should have died instantly. I don't know how Kaisa didn't die. Maybe it was the redemption and she's got the spell block thing.
Just a harmless flower.
She can almost kill me with one Q here. Oh god. I shouldn't have her ult.
Take careful steps.
Yes, it was OP for the redemption. The old redemption rush. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go with that.
Has destroyed a turret.
I still think we can win. It's like they have some towers, but like they can throw late game. Gnosis is still like in theory stacking. I have no idea what he's building. Oh, okay, he's getting Spirit Massage now. Teemo's gonna be like worthless later. He's Grasp. He doesn't have any AP hardly.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Like, he's still like pretty good against Gnosis, but like they're using so many resources. Like they've sent Galio up there like 5 times to bail this Teemo out.
An enemy has been slain.
We're like doing okay bottom. I mean, Kaisa is starting to come online, which is a problem, but
These aren't always what they seem.
Shut down.
okay, nice. Holy, for real?
Venture off the beaten path.
See if I can at least get a couple of these pros or something. I don't know. Not much I'm doing at that tower, and Pantheon's just gonna take this anyways, or somebody is.
My prey.
Always try to find something productive you can do, even if you're behind. This kid's obnoxious. Just chill and win the game, bro. Like, it's a pretty close game, honestly. Teemo's worthless. He's scaling. He's just mad 'cause I took that cannon. I actually didn't see him coming up. So that's probably my fault, but surrender vote for that. Hey, thanks so much for the donation.
Critique my boot choices in relation to enemy draft, pretty please.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, I didn't see who that was right offhand. Oh, okay. Thanks, Megan. I have on my off screen, I have Discord overlapping where Streamlabs is, unfortunately.
Has been slain.
A promising garden.
I just put a control word there because I knew there was a ward. I saw it off of something. I don't remember what I saw it off of. Maybe someone hit the brush thing. I'm just going to push this up. I can't get to middle in time.
An enemy has been slain.
Let me get some pressure here. Of course, I don't get any of the CS, but that should push it in and allow us to maybe, like, do something else. I don't know.
Wait until my seeds take root.
Teemo doesn't have TP, so we might be able to go get this dragon. He doesn't push super fast either. If he starts dropping mushrooms on the wave, he can, but... I mean, they're the top 1% of player base, so... Yeah, I think they're better than most people that play. In terms of macro. I mean, better is a relative term. Better, good is always kind of a relative term, too. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I didn't realize we were going that hard. Okay, bro.
You have slain an enemy.
Damn it. Teemo did push all the way through that and got to that tower, though. We took too long. They're gonna kill him. I gotta try to stall drag. Oh, okay, so they have that warded. Unless she just randomly threw that. Oh, they're just gonna chase me instead. I mean, they see Zach up there. Like, that's free if they want it. Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Oh, they're not doing it. Wow, they had it for free. Like, our jungler's in plain view top lane. I'm the only person here, like, trying to stall this. Maybe they're trying to push a wave first. I don't know. I would have gotten that immediately if I was them now. I mean, they're going to make macro mistakes, but yeah, like, diamond people are going to be better at macro than plats. Plats are going to be better than golds, you know, in general. And diamonds top 1%, so... That's what you call top 1% earners in America wealthy. I would. I mean, not compared to, like, Bill Gates or something, but yeah. I'd say they're doing all right.
Until my seeds take root.
Just a hum.
I could get collapsed on here. They're gonna collapse middle, most likely. Yeah, we're gonna lose that. We can stop the tier 2. I mean, that tower is basically down anyways. We have to stop tier 2, though. Wow, the flashes, though. Are we still doing this? All right. Okay, Nasus is free pushing top 2. Well, that's what we needed. I mean, this is why you don't ever really surrender. If you notice, like, we haven't done so hot in basically every early game tonight. I could try to get red, but I'm not going to do that against Pantheon. They're going to probably try to Desperation Baron. They get Nasus, which they're probably going to do. Well, no, he's going for red instead of going for Nasus. But we just don't flame. We just try to keep our head in the game and just look for opportunities. I mean, even in Diamond, people are going to throw, of course. Zach's actually playing pretty well. I mean, he's missing some of his jumps, but I think he's doing well. Zach's actually, like, he's pretty decent. Like, if you're good on Zach, he's one of the better tanks because he has, like, so much CC, so much disruption and engage. As long as you have some damage on your team. I think they're in that push, but...
Things aren't always as they seem.
We just gotta wait on people here. Nasus is pushing bottom.
Wait until my seeds take root.
See how much, like, see how helpful that extra vision is from Zyra? So I don't have to waste wards on that stuff. No, 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 just wait, bro. Oh, wait, wait.
Triple kill. Ace.
Yeah. I mean, if Zach pulls them back into, like, my full combo, it just evaporates everybody. Useless lump of goo. Nice. I like it. That was a pretty good one, yeah. I should have favored the Gnosis for good attitude. He went Conquer? Against a Teemo? Bro, he's not building a lot of armor. I feel like you should definitely get, like, Grasp of the Undying. Usually is Gnosis. And definitely against Teemo. Should be something like probably Grasp, Demolish, Bone Plating, or Vitalize, I would think. Pretty sure Revitalize triggers his Q healing off of his passive healing. I need to close some of these tabs. This is from when I did my critique of the 80 carry item changes, which I will publish probably later tonight, maybe in the morning. So stay tuned for that. What are we at? We're at 344. How many people do you have viewing right now? We got like 95. I think I might have to call it. That was a good game to end on, just because I have to get up in the morning and I still need to lesson plan. I'm looking at the time. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm going to have to get up at like 8, and I still have like 30 minutes of stuff I need to do before I go to sleep, so I'm only going to get like 5.5 hours of sleep. So I think we'll just get back at it tomorrow. I need to like stop staying up so late. I need to start streaming at like 9 and then like end at like 1:30 or something. I think would be a good idea. But aim for about 4.5 hours. We had some good games in there. I thought that was good. I got 2 Cass games. What did we play? 2 Cass, Nami, Rakan, and Zyra. So like 4 different champions in 5 games. Yeah, I just need to get my health better. Like, I just going on too little sleep too often. It's like it's like 2 days a week that I get to sleep a little bit, which is like Saturday and Sunday, because I don't have to get up and take care of my daughter. Hey, what's up, Azur? It just depends. Honestly, you can climb with both. I think most people would probably say that second win. I mean, I guess you could go second win instead of bone plating. Yeah. I would say probably top is what most people would say. You can definitely climb as 80 carry if you want to. It's just harder. Like, there's very few 80 carries you can play that can do that effectively right now, I think. And, yeah, usually 80 carries in general are a bit more team reliant than top laners. You can definitely win with any of them. You're going to be playing a lot of Lucian and a lot of Ezreal if you intend to try to climb as 80 carry or Draven. Lucian, Ezreal, or Draven. You can do it with Twitch too. Like there's a couple, but like top lane, there are a ton of different top laners you can climb with. So you'd probably find top lane more fun and more rewarding too, because like if you play well and you just avoid ganks, it's basically the most 1v1 lane out there. Okay, let me look at Megan's thing, though, before we head out. I forgot about that. Let me grab this real quick. That's all right, Megan. We'll get you out of there soon enough. Okay. I mean, you've been winning a lot lately, so that's good. What you said, you really wanted me to check out all the content on the channel too. I give you I do a lot of tier lists and guides about all kinds of different topics. So they're kind of long, but they have timestamps. You can just watch like 15 minutes, every day for like a week or something and get through some of those guides. And I think it'll help you out. So, there's usually a Google Doc with it, so you can skim it. There are timestamps. So a lot of good content to help you out. Okay, what am I looking at here again, Megan? You said boot choices. Is support Lux? Oh, boot choices. I would probably go Sork Boots on Lux most of the time. Like, yeah, having cooldown on her ult is nice, but at the end of the day, like, you need to be able to blow people up ASAP. So you kind of have to snowball as Lux support because your items are going to be expensive, so you really need to get kills. And she doesn't really use, like, summoners super well. You know, she's not, like, flashing into the middle of a fight to start something or really getting in range most of the time to exhaust or ignite unless someone dives on you. So she doesn't really, like, super leverage the cooldown, like, the ultimate cooldown of it. It's always nice to have more flashes, of course, but I still think you probably want to go Sork Boots on her. The other option would be Moby Boots, just so that you can use your sweeper more effectively, you can rotate, and you can get away from stuff. So I would probably pick Moby Boots or Sork Boots. I would err on the side of Sork Boots for Lux. Blitz, obviously, Moby Boots every time, and you did that. Zyra, I would just go Sork Boots. Like, she's so strong with Spell Pen. Like, Moby Boots can help get you out of trouble, but she's so strong with spell penetration. She does so much damage that I just think you can't pass up Sork Boots. I would just get it. I'm not sure what this is building into, but you pretty much always, yeah, I mean, you always want to go, like, Haunting Guys, Oblivion Orb. We'll see after next patch. They are nerfing Oblivion Orb next patch, so stay tuned for that. I'll talk about it in my tier list once those notes come out. But, yeah, I think I would probably go either Void Staff or Rylai's after you complete Rylai's and after you complete Leandri's and Morellonomicon, just depending on if you need more kiting or more HP or you just want more raw damage. Nice, nice. Yeah, Zyra's very strong right now. That's a good call. And I do like the runes, so I think that's definitely solid. I like the control wards. You got a lot of control wards. That's especially important with Zyra to control those bushes. So, yeah, it looks like you're definitely doing great with Zyra. Strong champ right now. Leona, yeah, I'd say mobility boots most of the time. There could be an argument for going something like Tabby if you're the only tank. But especially against, like, maybe a Master Yi. How fed was Yi? Very? Yeah, very. So maybe at that point, like, it depends on when you get your boots. And I would always take Flash on Leona, or, like, on everybody. Always take Flash as support. Yeah, I would, if Yi has, like, 2 or 3 kills by the time you're buying your boots, I would probably get Tabby. If he only has, like, maybe 1, then maybe mobility boots. Mobility boots are nice for roaming as Leona, but she doesn't really need it to start fights because her ult has such a long range. But it's still pretty nice on her. She does get extra scaling from armor off of her W also, so it's kind of a toss-up. But always Sork Boots on Zyra, forever and always. Yeah, never Redemption. It just doesn't, like, it's a good team fighting tool, but Zyra has so much power, like, baked into her kit. Like, she does so much damage. You have to get damage on Zyra, like, always. It doesn't matter if you're 0-10, you still have to get damage on Zyra. It's just the most efficient thing she can do, because those plants do so much damage, and they scale so hard with AP and Spell Pen. So you pretty much have to get Leandri's. You have to complete Leandri's, Morello, and then either Rylai's or Void Staff after that. Nautilus, same deal as Leona. Armor is really good on him if you want to get Ninja Tabby, but you can roam around and make plays and have a better sweeper with mobility boots. So it just depends on, you know, how the game's going, how much you need that extra speed. Morgana, yeah, Mobies look good on her. Sork Boots on Zyra. Who's fed? Wait, where are you? Okay. Is Renekton like mega fed or something? Yeah. Okay. I mean, Renekton shouldn't be able to get on you that easily on the back line unless he's like flashing or something. I feel like you could just position a little better maybe and get away with mobility boots on Sona. Yeah, Zeke's is good on... Yeah, it's pretty good on Morg. And I think that pretty much covers most of this. Yeah, mobility boots are good. If you're not sure, just mobility boots are always viable. Just rotations, better sweepers, safety, all that stuff. But yeah, pretty much Zyra is always Sork boots. But most other people are kind of flexible. Morg tanky. I wouldn't build AP on Morg. Like, most of the time, I think a lot of people, you want to get Hourglass early because that's how you actually can start fights if you want to. And then after that, it's up to you. Zeke's is a pretty good option. Redemption's a good option. Ardent Sensor can be okay. Black Shield does apply Ardent Sensor. So all of those are like decent options. But most of the time, it's Zanya's. And if you have more money, it's Redemption. Aegis was a locket. Okay. Anyways, that's going to be it for the stream. Thanks so much for the donation, Megan. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might actually try to show up around 9. We'll see how it goes. I do want to finish Megan's Ashe guide tomorrow after I took a look at what the new 80 carry changes are going to be. Be sure to tune in for the 80 carry changes. I might post it tonight. I might post it in the morning. We'll see how it goes, but... Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much. Have a good day, and we'll see everybody next time.